Derek Sheridan from Rust Belt Basketball Coaches Network. So we fielded a really good question, and that question is very straightforward. What is In Ted's Honor? In Ted's Honor is a free weekly newsletter that the Rust Belt Basketball Coaches staff provides for any coach who wants it. Ted Anderson was one of the most, if not the most dedicated basketball coaches I had ever met in my life. Ted coached in the great state of Kansas. And for those of you who might not know, Kansas high school basketball is phenomenal. It is outstanding. It always has been, and it probably always will be. But Ted was um, such an extreme advocate for high school basketball, and he also coached football. Basketball was his passion. But Ted was one of those guys. He was a great teacher. He could coach any kid, he could coach anybody, he could coach any sport. But Ted and I were friends for a long time, and I learned a lot from Ted. And unfortunately, we lost Ted a few years ago. So, in his honor, we created a newsletter. And in the newsletter, we try to, I'd like to say we do. I hope we're not trying to do anything. But we start off with a door adoration for Ted Anderson. You can click on this link and you'll find out about Ted's career, recommended newsletters and podcasts. So click on that link and you can find things that one of us has found over the last week or so. Article of the week this week, we've got the Michigan Tech beating University of Green Bay, or Wisconsin Green Bay, in overtime. And being an ex-Uper, someone who played basketball in the UP and had played against Michigan Tech, I think that's great. Then video of the week's Bo Schembechler speech. And then we get into the basketball news. High school and girls basketball combined, we have 28 different articles. Men's college basketball, we've got 14 articles that we've scoured over the week. Or I need to say this, my heavens, I would hate to forget this. People from all over the nation send me or Wayne or Matt stuff to post in the newsletter, and we get a majority of our stuff from people who are just absolute coachaholics who send us stuff, which is um, really amazing. And it's typically the same coaches every week. We're begging for new coaches to send us material, but these old battle axes, young coaches, they're starting to retire and go move on with other things in their life. So if you got younger guys could fill those voids, that would be huge. Just collegiate news in general, a few articles, education. This article, if you're a teacher, you need to read this article. It's it's unreal what's going on in public education. Healthcare for coaches and players. I usually take care of this one. This is something that was big for me, a big topic for me when I coached, and this is a really unique article. It deals with some things that I think are very prevalent in today's high school athletic landscape. High school sports news, just anything people send me, high school sports regional realignment brings in more fans. So this worked out for this state. Leadership, we usually have a lot of stuff sent to us in regards to leadership and psychology. So these are really good things sent to me from all over. I mean, this guy who sent the Porter Mosier culture wall article is from the beautiful Northwest Indiana Calumet region. Prayer list, we lost, if you're an Indiana guy or gal, my goodness, we lost Troy Greenlee um, right before Christmas. And um, Troy's 55 years old, beautiful wife, beautiful family, was just getting back into coaching at Cloverdale with Coach Rady, and just a uh, no loss is easy to take, but losing Troy was an eye opener. It's just tough. Psychology. Uh, this is something I usually take care of. Ryan Ripke, sorry, Ryan Matt's cousin, helps me out with this. Plus we get people sending us this stuff like this from all over the place. Our sponsors, visit our sponsors' website. Our sponsors help us out a lot. I do think this is neat. Rust Belt Basketball Coaches Network is sponsored by both Hoosier Basketball Coaches Association, which is the southern part of the state of Indiana, and the IBCA, which is Indiana Basketball Coaches Association, which is, from all the way down on the Ohio River, all the way up to Lake Michigan. So the entire state. Strategy. This week we have a drill of the week, and we got John Beeline shooting drills, which, anything that comes from Coach Beeline is going to be outstanding. The archives vault. I know a lot of you already know this. My dad was a coach. My grandfather was a coach. So I've got 3 filing cabinets at home that are just packed full of stuff ranging from post-World War II all the way up to now I still go to clinics all the time, but this goes along with one of the videos I posted. I found this a Tom Davis modified flex. I got this from Rick Johnston when he coached at Taylor High School in Kokomo, Indiana. And Coach Johnston was one of the best teachers of flex offense I'd ever seen. Rick Johnston and Marty Johnson from East Noble were just 2 flex experts, and Rick got this for me when I was really young, and I think it's really good stuff for anybody to read. You can take stuff out of these old flex documents and add it to whatever offense you utilize. And, there's been a lot of coaches take this stuff and build their own. Maryland's coach, his name just slipped my mind forever, ran this. Auburn's coach. So, set of the week, I got 3 I really like. Hamilton Southeastern. This is really cool. They won a Christmas tournament, and Hamilton Southeastern is out of Indiana. Then Jeff Bowles, who I think is one of the most underrated tacticians in all of NCAA Division One. I got an OU Bobcats back screen set. And then Dakota Street, Coach Street from Freeburg High School, Illinois, who's again, if you don't know Southern Illinois basketball, high school basketball is crazy good. Crazy good. They pack these gyms, and some of the most unique gyms you'll ever see in your life. If you want to see some crazy gyms, go down to Southeast and Southwest Illinois. Look at Red Hills Gym, for example, Freeburg. All these gyms are old and well kept, and they pack these places. Well, Coach Street sent us a great lob set. And then I've got a Xavier blob play, baseline out of bounds play. Dante Jackson, I was on staff at McLean when Dante played for us, and he's on staff at Xavier with Sean Miller. So my wife and I watch a lot of Xavier basketball, but there's a great zone out of bounds play. Supplementary resources, events, clinics, games needed. You guys send me that, people, and I'll post anything you need. Delta, here in Ohio, for example, their youth tournament still has some openings. Mentorship program, and people who have been on our websites or social media know what I think about the importance of having mentors or a mentor. I think it's invaluable. Newsletter archive, you access that. Every newsletter, all 82 of them, you'll find on there. And then newsletter contributors. If you contribute to our newsletter, you get your picture and where you coach and whatever information you send me, and that goes in there. And then tribute to small college basketball. It's a great website. I played small college basketball, so it's near and dear to my heart. Click on that, and it takes you to the website. Then RBCN, what we offer for free. There's a ton of stuff on there. Observations. This stuff is just stuff that one of the Rust Belt guys or someone who is close with us has seen, and then we type it up and write. This week, it's the St. Thomas Tommies. And I'll let you read that. I don't want to ruin it, but it's a great story. I got to see them play live when they came to BGSU here in Northwest Ohio, and it's a great story, and it's getting national attention. The last time we really chased after a program was when David Riley got Eastern Washington's program off the ground, and heck, he's the head coach at Washington State now, having a tremendous amount of success. And then we advertise our website here. I can't stress that enough. upcoming events. And so tonight we have Bryn Lehman from Defiance High School on our first ever season update coaches show. And then next week we have Aaron McClure from Adams Central from the great state of Indiana. We're working on a date right now with Dakota Street from Freeburg High School for a season update show, and Miller City's coach here in Ohio, Ross Kaufman. We're trying to pin down a date, and then on the 27th of January, one of our sponsors, Grip Sprints, and myself and any of the other Rust Belt staff who want to join us are going to have a podcast just talking about what we do, what we provide for our clients. Recent additions to our website, Coach Dennis Hobson's full half-court offense. This is an on-the-court clinic that I videotaped. And if you don't know Dennis Hobson, if you're not from the Midwest, he is Ohio State University's all-time leading scorer and was Raleigh Massimino's assistant coach at Northwood University in Florida, and played high school basketball for Dick Kroll, who's in more Hall of Fames than any coach I know. And going back to mentors, Coach Kroll is still to this day one of my most sought after mentors. I can talk to him about anything, and Coach not only helped me along my coaching career, but helps me with life. Coach Ross Kaufman's Miller City mic'd up practice, which was a great experience. And I include the trailer here for you. There's a trailer here for Dennis's clinic as well. And then Coach Rick Smith from Flat Rock High School, who's just a fantastic coach and an even better person. And we just videotaped a practice at Flat Rock, and I'll have that up on our website soon. And I'll have the trailer up by next week. And then here's a list of the coaches who we've featured. And keep in mind, we're young. We're only a little over a year old. So we're working our tails off here for people. So visit our website, and I'll take you there right now. And if you want to subscribe to In Ted's Honor, and again, this is free, you will not get email bombed. You've got my word on that. We've been sending this out for over a year, even before Rust Belt Basketball Coaches Network became a thing. And the people who get our newsletter can attest to this. I will not email bomb you. You get an email from us when I send the newsletter out. If I put new stuff up on the website, you will not get email bombed. All that stuff's listed in the newsletter. You click on it down here on the left-hand side, and you'll see there's In Ted's Honor. And then all you got to do is put your name, email address, hit subscribe, click opt-in, and you will receive our newsletter weekly directly into your inbox. So that, in a nutshell, is what Ted Anderson's newsletter, which we affectionately have named In Ted's Honor, is and about. And we take a lot of pride in this. We put an inordinate amount of time into it, and we want it to be the best newsletter out there, period. We do. We want it to be the best. Well, we don't get, that's one of the things about the Rust Belt crew and a lot of our subscribers. One thing we all have in common is we want to be the best. And the other thing we tell people is don't misconstrue affordable prices with lower quality. Forget about that. No, we want our stuff, and we purposely price it to meet the needs of high school or middle school or youth level coaches that will meet not only their personal budget, but also their school-based or educational-based budget. So we're here to help you guys. The newsletter, we hope, helps people, and we hope it's also a wee bit enjoyable. So anyway, there you go. If you have any questions, send an email to me at Derek, and that is DEREK at myrustbeltbasketball.com. Derek at myrustbeltbasketball.com. God bless, folks. Have a great rest of your week. And for those of you who have games this weekend, get after it, get big on it, and Godspeed.